What is up, guys? Welcome back to Swish Life Garage. Today, guys, I'm still at it with the EG coupe. Still needs a few little things before I'm ready to make it a daily. First thing I'm going to work on is the side mirror. If you see here, it's an EG side mirror, it looks like, but it looks like it's more than likely for a sedan. You know, it doesn't come down to here. And then on the passenger side, it has the coupe mirror. This one fits right on. I did order these two mirrors here off of eBay. I ordered both because they are red. That's the original color of the car, and might as well just have matching mirrors. I have yet to unwrap them, so let me go ahead and do that. Here's the driver mirror. It does have a little fading, which I kind of expected it would. I mean, everything looks fine. A few little scratches. Don't expect it to be perfect. And the gasket is a little old, but I mean, it's original part, so I'm not tripping. Passenger side right here looks fine. Little scratch right there, a little bit of fading. It looks like some of the paint is peeling. I mean, not really an issue. And same thing, this kind of gasket is kind of falling apart, but it's to be expected with these older parts. So I'm gonna swap these out onto the car. The real issue with this driver one is that it's only being held on with one nut right here. So when I'm driving, it's kind of like flopping around. I feel like at some point it's just gonna break and come off. So I'm gonna take this off. It should just be an 8mm. I had to take off the door panel to get to these lower nuts right here to tighten them. I'm just going to put this one on easily. I did also purchase these interior pieces for the side mirror since I am missing it on the driver's side. I'm gonna see if it's any better on the passenger. If not, then I'll just leave it and probably just try to sell one of them on eBay. Alright, final piece, make it legit. There it is right there. Makes the car look a lot better to me, honestly, just because I noticed that difference. But let me do the passenger side. There we are, both mirrors red. Looks better in my opinion. I think just because the paint looks better on those mirrors, so it kind of just gives the car a little better appearance. The next thing I want to work on to make it a daily is the cluster. The speedometer is not working. The odometer works for the mileage, but I want to be able to tell how fast I'm going so I don't get pulled over. And also, as I've shown previous, whenever I put the jumper wire to set the timing, the engine light wasn't coming on, so probably the bulb isn't in there, or it has some electrical tape or something on it. So I'm going to figure that out and see what the issue is. So this piece is just all cracked up, broken over here, and I'm surprised I got it off without breaking it more. Here's the cluster. Everything was plugged in, so I'm thinking something internally is probably wrong with the speedometer. And I checked the check engine light, and that bulb is burnt out. This is the first time I've ever seen a burnt out check engine bulb. I guess when it's on for so long, they finally decide to give out. Here's a cluster I purchased on eBay for pretty cheap, and they said it was just for parts. They don't know what works and what doesn't. It actually only has 89,000 miles, so it's pretty low, and if it works, it's definitely going to be a great buy. But I'm going to be using one of the bulbs as well, just to fill in for that check engine light. And I also noticed that the bulb for the seat belt unbuckle is off. I'm just going to put it in there. You could turn it off other ways, You don't need to take out the bulb. But now I'm going to get this speedometer out and this other one. From here, just got to take off these screws. So there that is. I'm pretty sure it's the original one. 320,431 miles. It's back together and gonna plug it on in and hopefully it works. Right here on the test drive, now we have a working speedometer. I haven't seen the mileage move yet. Still waiting for that. So there it goes right there. The mileage is moving. So cluster's working. And of course on here, the check engine light and the seatbelt buckle works. So you know a car is getting serious whenever you buy a fresh battery for it. So that's what I did here, so I won't have to keep jumping it. The other thing that needs to be done is I need to try to correct the alignment as much as I can just by eyeballing it. I definitely see the tires pointing on in. Alright guys, so I was messing with the tie rods, trying to get the toe right, getting the steering wheel straight, and I got it straight. It took me about 3 times of messing with it, just adjusting, driving, and then adjusting. But when I was driving it on another road, just going straight, I could feel the wheel start to like wobble at certain points. It feels like it was just going like this even when going straight, and you'll hear the tire just See, I thought it was a tie rod. If you look right here, whenever I move the wheel, you're going to see a lot of play coming in that area. That's because the bushing is just blown out. And now here on this driver's side as well. Unfortunately, the bushings being like that is going to set me back a little bit on making this car a daily, because definitely don't want to deal with that issue driving this car everywhere. But now there is one other thing I want to do to this car to make it a little bit closer to being a daily. I want to take care of this ghetto intake. This is just a filter just on that torn hose there. These Honda intakes are known for tearing right at the elbow. Most of the time, you know, you're going to move your intake and that elbow is going to pivot back and forth, and so right there is usually where it tears at. The road just gets so old with the heat right next to the motor and stuff and cooling down after so many cycles, and it just easily tears. So I'm going to take this remaining piece off. So this was just on there and just thrown over. This is trash. I purchased this piece on Amazon. I'll put a link to it down in the description box. But it's a remake of the intake tubing here. And for the most part, I read the reviews. They said that you can make it work. It's not exactly as OEM. So we're going to take a look. I got that to fit. I grabbed the intake box from one of my Del Sols, and it's the same one for the 95 Civic. I'm gonna put this bottom piece in first and try to bolt it in. So I have 2 bolts on there. I don't have the grommet for the other one, but if I find it, I'll definitely put it on there. I have a brand new FRAM filter for it, part number 7174. It had a clamp around here, but honestly it doesn't even need that there. So I just took it off. I'm just going to screw this on down. The intake is on. I say it fit about like 90% like OEM. I had to push it a little bit in order to get the screws in for the air box. It took me a little bit to get them 100%, to get all 4. Sometimes I'll get 1 or 2 started, and then the other ones would be off. So I just had to push up on it to the right, like over here, and then get all of them started, and then go around and tighten them. But now I'm not going to be having dirt going to the intake. Things look a lot better underneath the engine bay. So I got the intake on there, proper mirrors, and a working speedometer. I was hoping to get this thing on the road, man, honestly, after fixing the toe with the tie rod. But man, that wheel wobble and stuff is just too much. Definitely cannot drive it like that. So I am going to have to wait a little bit and tackle the suspension on this car. As far as I can tell, that's the only thing left. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section, guys, as well. Hopefully you checked out some of my other videos on this EJ1 project. I hope you guys are subscribed and give this video a big thumbs up. As for this video, guys, this is going to be it. I'm going to have to catch you on that next one, player.